You are the person that has simply said James Harden has to make those shots. I believe in James Harden. I believe that he will. I think he's going to have a damn big game tonight. I damn sure believe in CP3 and the rest of the Houston Rockets. I don't believe they're going to beat Golden State, but that's because I think Golden State is all world. It's not to sit up there and throw shade on the Houston Rockets. They are a sensational team from Daryl Morey to Mike D'Antoni to the players. They deserve our profound respect. But right now, these guys, the Golden State Warriors, are in their heads, and they're too busy focused on the officiating as opposed to making shots and getting on the court and saying no matter what the circumstances are, we're going to handle our business against the two-time reigning defending NBA champions. We are tired of seeing them on the top of that perch. We want to knock them off, and we are committed to taking them out. Don't look for help from the official. Max, you'd love this. It's like a boxer sitting in the ring pointing to the referee all the damn time while somebody's punching them in the face. Excuse me, they punch you in the face. Hit them back. Because if you don't hit them back, you're going to fall. It's just that simple with the Houston Rockets, and they need to recognize that.
I don't have a problem with the Houston Rockets complaining about the officials. I mean, am I annoyed by it? Yes. But I don't have a problem with that per se. I do have a problem with James Harden being so concerned with getting the call that he's not concentrating on hitting the shot. Right? I do agree that the Rockets need to be more concerned about hitting the shots than getting the calls. But why do they even do that? Because Harden's almost a 90% free throw shooter, right? So if he shoots under 40% from three, you have an under 40% chance to get any points at all. And if you get them, it's 3 points. But if you're shooting 90% from the line, then you're 90% likely to at least get a point. You're 80% likely to get 2 points, and you're 70% likely to get 3. 9 times 9 times 9, right? So it makes sense from an analytics point of view to try to get to the line, but not if it means if that means that now you're looking for the officials to bail you out of a missed shot, that's going to be a mistake, and I applaud the officials for calling the game that way. Harden, you're trying to make it so that right there, that he's not giving you a place to land. You have a place to land. You choose to land under your defender, Draymond Green in that case. Not going to give you that. Good for you. Good for you, refs. Harden, hit your shot. Don't worry about the other stuff. But in terms of just the complaints, Stephen A., I want to show you this Henry Abbott tweet from True Hoop yesterday, okay? Because he brings up a good point. Who are the people complaining? Two of the smartest people in the NBA, Steve Kerr and Daryl Morey, evidently believe courting the media and public sentiment is worth their time and can help get more favorable calls from the refs. That's what this is about. It's the same reason Steve Kerr flops at the press conference. You know who I remember from my childhood, who used to play against the Knicks all the time? The coach that used to manipulate public opinion this way through the media about the refs better than anyone was Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson would always take shots at the refs in the media if the refs do this. And I always felt, as a Knicks fan watching, like, damn, that really does give them an advantage. The Rockets are not as good as the Warriors. In order to win, they need to make sure that every little I is dotted and T is crossed, that every detail is paid attention to. So if they notice that the refs are erring in the other direction, they got to call attention to it so at least that evens out. They got to do it.
Max, I got a text from somebody in the NBA. Let me read this to you. They said, we were regularly getting questions from teams about late game plays. They wanted us to acknowledge mistakes if they were made. So we would put releases out from time to time to acknowledge a late game mistake. But that just created more requests from the teams. And it was unfair to our refs because we pretty much only commented on their mistakes, not on the teams. So we created a bright line of the last 2 minutes to comment on all calls. That way there could be no lobbying from teams. But we would acknowledge mistakes, but also show how fantastic our referees are. So both sides were being fed. The teams wanted those mistakes highlighted. But in the same breath, the NBA knew that 97% of the time, at the very least, the refs are getting calls right. So you wanted to highlight how brilliant the referees are while also acknowledging mistakes because both sides are receiving fair and equitable treatment.
But that's not what Morey's complaining about.
But what I'm saying is, but that's ultimately what is happening. Because in the end, human error, we all understand that comes along with anything. And I'm pointing to you in terms of favorably by saying your fixation on James Harden making shots. Essentially what you're saying, Max, is this. You know what the situation is.
Take it out of
You
their
know
hands.
what you up against. You know what you got to deal with. Handle it.
Right.
And
this
that's
is,
what
by the
he
way,
has
another
to do.
boxing metaphor.
And that's what this is. And this, to me, this is what that is about.
Another boxing analogy. If you are worried about the officials, knock the dude out. Then you don't have to worry about the scorecards. If Harden's worried about calls, hit the shot. Then you don't have to worry about the calls. But this is not what Daryl Morey is referring to. What Daryl Morey and the Rockets are complaining about is when they analyze calls in last year's conference finals, what they found is the totality of the calls that there was an admission of getting it wrong favored the Golden State Warriors. In other words, the general sense is, well, it's going to even out. And what the Rockets are saying is, it's not evening out.
Let me give you this last comment. That part is weak. And let me tell you why I have a problem with that on the part of the Houston Rockets. I don't want to hear that now. Now, if you said that once the season began, after you had reached out to the league and got this information, and we heard this in October or November or December, that's different. You're going to pick it up now when you're getting ready to go up against the Golden State Warriors, and you're going to tell us that may have cost you a championship last year? I don't want to hear that now. Look, handle your business now. Daryl Morey, Houston, I respect the hell out of them. I really do. But I want ball taking place. I don't want griping. That's our job.
All right.
We'll agree about this.
And play.
We agree
from them.
I think it's smart of Daryl Morey to complain. I think he may have a point, but I'm annoyed by it. It's smart to complain. But we agree about this. The Rockets are not interested in fairness. They're looking for an edge. They think the edge is going the other way.
And I want the edge on the court.
If the edge was going their way, they wouldn't say a word.
I want the edge on the court. Handle your business on the court. Don't look to us in the media and referees. Handle your business.
James Harden be the MVP in the playoffs.
Get him, Stephen A.